The northern lights are caused when radiation hits the upper atmosphere and ionizes certain particles, nitrogen, oxygen, and causes the different colors that we see. We're seeing northern lights in places like the mid-Atlantic or even farther south down in Puerto Rico because we're in a state right now where the Earth's reacting to solar storms that are coming from a very active sun. Predicting where the lights are going to show up or not be at is sort of the million-dollar question, and I wish we all knew. It's still something that's a very active research discussion. A solar flare happens when the magnetic fields on the sun kind of change their configurations around in a way that they open up and release radiation and particles coming from the sun and all of its fusion and kind of solar processes, and they spew out particles into space. Solar flares can impact GPS because it creates irregularities kind of in our ionosphere and what's going on over our heads, and basically creates timing delays so that your receivers or your phone have errors and they don't know exactly where they're at. There's a solar maximum period that lasts for 3 to 4 years, and then a solar minimum that lasts for another 4 to 5 years. And so the transitions in between those, you add all those up and you get about 11 years that it repeats. When the solar cycle is at maximum or at its peak, we usually say that that's when there's the greatest number of sunspots on the surface of the sun. It's really hard to tell exactly when the peak is at, or a lot of debate of when exactly it happens, but it's sort of a rough period of somewhere around a year that we say that solar maximum happens. The SuperDarn lab at Virginia Tech is monitoring and kind of researching about the general space weather conditions. Basically, we like to think that we put together a map of the Earth's ionosphere over the northern and southern hemispheres. And much like you would look at a weather map, there's convection, there's things swirling around. There's also research being done within Space at ET on GPS receivers and how the ionosphere and solar storms kind of impact GPS errors and precision, location. My name's Kevin Stern. I'm a senior research associate here within the SuperDarn HF Radar Lab within Space at ET.